Okay, welcome back everybody for another video. Today we're going to be playing Master of Command. I put a poll up on YouTube and I let you all decide what I would be playing first as for my first nation here in Master of Command for the full release, and we ended up deciding on France. So I'm going to be starting off my playthrough with France. We're just going to run through a quick overview of them. It says France fields massive armies supported by renowned heavy infantry, or sorry, cavalry, excelling in sweeping, overwhelming assaults. Yet these great hosts are plagued by fragile morale, and the strain of supplying so many men is worsened by poor logistics, as corruption and lavish spending drain resources. When their spirit holds, however, French armies can deliver devastating blows on the battlefield. And here we've got the Grand Levée, um, where each brigade that we open up is going to be 25% less expensive than for other nations. However, our officers are going to cost us one taller a day, and we're going to be starting off with two officers, so we're going to have two tallers draining each day, which means money might be a little bit more difficult to manage with them. Um, Fortunately, we're starting off with a pretty robust army here. We've got 3 recruits, provincial cavalry, and Irish Fusiliers that are going to be they're pretty decent on the charge, and they've got better accuracy than the Royal Recruits and a little bit better morale, better stamina, better movement speed. So these guys are just, I mean, generally better than the Royal Recruits, but there's less of them. You get 1,200 versus 1,600. Um, our army trait over here is that melee damage it goes up by 1% per regiment in your army, which is making me think that I want to go pretty melee focused with the French. So what I'm going to attempt to do is I'm going to capitalize on the good cavalry that they have, and I'm going to be going into a lot of melee focus units or high morale units because we want to get um, our melee damage up from this army trait. We're going to go ahead and put on Ironman mode. I'm not going to turn on the difficulty modifiers just because this is my first time playing through the game. Uh, going up to Act 3, so I want to be able to just play through it at least one time before I start turning on difficulty modifiers, since I don't know what I'm getting into. I'm also going to turn on all enemy types, um, because I don't want us to be just fighting the Prussians or the British. I want us to be able to fight anybody. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do this France Iron Man. And I'm going to try to be less, I'm going to try to explain less about the game mechanics and just kind of give my thought process for what I'm doing. I'll be coming out with guides later on about certain things like factions and units and just general gameplay tips. So let's take a look at the different places that we can go. We can go to Flanders and get Irish Grenadiers and get the benefit of the sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this milice system. We can go for French veteran fusiliers and get close combat exercises. Okay, then we could really focus on our melee damage. I like that. We can get French grenadiers, and we can increase our infantry move speed. Um, I think I'm gonna go for the. I think I'm gonna go for the move speed because I want these grenadiers, and I don't want to take the hit to accuracy because that's going to hurt things like artillery if I get any. Um, Although I do love this melee damage boost, and this I'm not going for because we can't have our morale go any lower. We already have really bad morale, so I'm gonna go for Raid Westphalia. We're gonna be playing against the British. That seems very fitting. Unfortunately, we are going to have to raid settlements, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I think this is pretty worth it, so let's do it. So probably like small villages that we come across, we'll raid them because we'll be able to burn them down pretty quickly. And especially in areas that we don't think we'll be revisiting, we can burn down those towns as well. Okay, so let's take a look here. Melee damage and accuracy down, stamina up here. So I'm... I might put the cavalry over here instead, just because I don't think I'm going to be sending them into melee per se. I want them chasing down units more than I want them like getting into the a fight. So let's go ahead and give these guys this treatise. Let's see, who do we want to give morale to? Maybe we'll give it to these guys. Charge, we can give charge to them, and morale and stamina. We'll give to the Irish Fusiliers. Okay, and so now I haven't tested this, but what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to have one of our recruit units act as like a decoy or as bait, absorb a shot, and then I'm going to send in the Irish Fusiliers, maybe another Royal Recruit unit into a charge, and we're just going to try to break through the enemy units like that. Just pick them off one at a time. That might not work in reality, that's just kind of something I've been theory crafting, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, war is upon us. Now let's go ahead and do this supply cache. We'll go with take the money, because that's what we're most in need of, and I just think that getting money is the best use of our time. Okay, 2 redcoat units and a provincial cavalry. I don't think that'll be too hard, and we'll get to test out our tactics and see if they work. Okay, let's go look at the enemy. Oh, I'm gonna have to reset the... I'm gonna have to change my camera settings and everything. Yep. And let's increase scroll sensitivity. Okay. And oh, here, let me do this real quick. Sorry, everybody. But I like using the arrow keys for right now. Okay, there we go. Now we're moving around a lot faster. I like it. So they've got the redcoat recruits and the cavalry. So what I'm going to do is we're going to put everyone in column. Oops, there we go. And in column here, nice. Let me look at their cavalry just real quick and see. Okay, ours, that's interesting. They gave them a marksman to their cavalry. Okay, so our cavalry is better than theirs. We should win if we get into a 1v1 here, which could happen. So what I'm thinking is we're going to send these 2 units up first, and we're going to have them form a line, take a shot, they'll get shot, and then the units on the flanks we will move in for a charge, and then we'll put them in column and send them in as well. So let's do that. I'm going to put our provincial cavalry over here and our general over here. Okay. And now let's go. Okay. And we're going to go fast until the battle really starts to take place. So at this point, let's go ahead and start forming a line, and we'll slow things down. Let's form a line here. Maybe go a little bit wider than that. Let's get you running into position. You run into position. Swing around this way. Looks like their cavalry went around to the other side. But I'm going to keep our cavalry coming around this way. Looks like they're attracting the attention of this infantry. Oh, and the Fusiliers are as well. Okay, so they can't decide who to target. Which is good. I love the confusion. So I want them to take their shot and start running. Excellent. They've fired. So now we're going to form up here. Okay, we're actually going to try to see if we can't hit them. Oops, I'm kind of messing up here. Let's get into melee, or in column, I mean. Let's get back into column, and then charge over here. Provincial cavalry, come over here. And let's take these guys out. Okay, that didn't go terribly. The cavalry kind of got in the way there with the Fusiliers, but I don't think it went too poorly. So I'm going to try maybe that tactic repeatedly, but maybe I'll change it up here and there. We'll see. Let's take the money. Let's replenish here. Let's give these guys... Oh, so the Bibles now give fire damage a reduction. So it seems like they got buffed. But I'm gonna give them... Yeah, I'll get... Oh, shoot. It's the same thing. Let's do that for now. I'll give you better morale. We'll give you guys canteens. And I'll give you a reduction to your damage. Here, you can reduce your ammo consumption. And let's come over here. Oh, I kind of like this village. I like that the units are cheap. It kind of makes me not want to burn it down, but if I can get 2 infantry, what can I sell? How much are these? I could sell the canteens. I could sell the haversacks for another infantry unit. Let's see how much this would net us. Not enough. I'm gonna have to sell one more thing. So I think I'll sell those haversacks. Okay. And then I can get another unit of infantry. Perfect. This is great. So now let's go ahead and burn the town, which makes me sad, but it's what I have to do. Let's take a moment to look at where the convoys are. We've got one there, one there. So it looks like we can hit a lot of the convoys if we stay in the south, because we can go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think that's what we will do. Or I could do like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I don't have to go to the one all the way over here. It makes me sad that a lot of these towns are not great. Like over here, infantry is more expensive. This one is good. There'll probably be some places down there to visit. But what I think I'll do is I'll come up here and then swing south around here, and then back up this way. And let's go ahead and raid this town. So one thing that happens is when you raid a town, each day that you're raiding, there's a 25% chance that you notify the HQ, and every time the HQ is notified, it will come 1 day sooner. So raiding can be a little bit of a double-edged sword when that happens. Okay, let's go visit this convoy. Oh, let's fight this patrol, sure. Okay, so they're gonna have 1 foot, 3 recruits, and some artillery. I don't think there'll be too much of a problem. Especially because I'm just gonna have my cavalry run around and take out the artillery. And then our overwhelming infantry will handle their meager infantry units. Okay, so the recruits are over here, the foot's over here. So let's take our better men and have them over here, ready to deal with those musketeers. And then you got ammo. So let's have you kind of like here in the middle position, I guess. You can be over here. I'll put you here. And you, I'm going to put over here. And so now how I'm going to do this is these 4 royal recruits, they're going to come up and they are going to absorb the fire. And then the Fusiliers are going to come around over here. These royal recruits are going to come around over here. And they are going to get into melee. And I'm going to have the provincial cavalry. I'm going to have them swing around on this side to go get the artillery. And I'll have my general just supporting these recruits. And so now let's go ahead and march up there. And we want these guys to be in cover since they're going to be absorbing fire. So we're going to try our best to get them into good cover. That might not be completely possible, but we're going to try our best. Yep, swing wide here, swing wide here. And you go like that. And now we'll go ahead and advance. We might not be able to make it into the cover here, but maybe we will. That cannonball is pretty devastating. Oh, so something that's kind of interesting here is they changed the AI to take on a defensive stance if they have artillery superiority. So that's what they're doing here. They've taken up a defensive stance here, and they are waiting for us to close in. Yeah, we're gonna keep bringing the cavalry around. And I had them get out of column a little early because the artillery is just going to devastate our guys if they remain in column formation, so I wanted to get them into line sooner. And as you can see, they're starting to advance on us, so we need to start spreading our men out and getting them into a good position. And let's have everyone running into position. Okay, we've taken our first shot here. I'm trying to get the Fusiliers out of firing range of the foot. And looks like we're focusing fire on these recruits, which I don't hate. Okay, they're starting to turn because they're focusing on those recruits. And now let's charge them and try to get in there before they form up and brace. Let's run here. Where is the general? Charge in. Go into column here. And we may lose this battle just because I guess I didn't manage my stamina well. But I'm going to see if the cavalry can come help over here. Let's go ahead and form these guys up like that. Put them into column. My poor Fusiliers aren't faring as well as I would have hoped, and that's actually because they have Tula muskets. Let's try to charge into them and see if we can't break them. It's not looking fantastic. There we go. We did break them, so let's keep chasing. You can go after the redcoat recruits. Yeah, just keep chasing them down, getting kills. It looks like they are done. I think this foot isn't quite done though. So now let's have... I'm having everyone form up and come help fight the foot. Irish Fusiliers didn't fare as well as I would have thought, which is a shame. And let's have our units walking so that they... Please walk. Okay, but Fusiliers are coming up. Let's get our general over here to support our recruits. Let's speed it up. Let's wait for them to volley and then charge in. Okay, go. Keep the general with them. And there we go. We broke the foot. But I took more losses than I would have hoped, which is a shame. So, let's see, morale damage received. So as you can see, I lost 1,300 men, which isn't awesome, not what I was hoping for. So since I'm short on manpower, I am going to go with the conscript option, although usually I don't love using this. And that is mostly because there isn't a village nearby where I can easily restock my manpower, and I don't want to get caught off guard. Let's look at when we can upgrade these guys. I'm going to go down the French Royal Cavalry line. I'm not the biggest fan of the Hussar type units. I much prefer the heavy cavalry, just because I want them to be able to do really well in melee. Whereas the Hussars, they've got a smaller unit size and they're just a little bit more fragile. Although they move really fast, which is cool, and they've got good stamina, they just don't perform the tasks that I would want them to be able to do. Anyway, let's go ahead and... What do you need to upgrade? 5. And then you'll get a big boost to charge, a bit of a boost to melee. You lose a lot of men, though. Let's look at French Grenadiers. How do French Grenadiers compare to... Oh, they've got a lot. They've got 1,400 men. That's great. So they're better at shooting. Okay, reload is a lot better for the German Grenadiers. These guys are better in charge, melee. Got better stamina. Not as good movement speed, but I might just go French Grenadiers for like all of my units. We'll see. I really like their stats. Yeah. Okay. Morale and morale damage received. Sure. And gun picks. Let's give you the gun picks, since you've got the reduction in ammo consumption. Let's come get this convoy, and we'll even force march since we have a lot of provisions. Oh, I see. So I could get an excellent beer versus just a basic one. Let's see. Sure, we'll go for the excellent here. Gives a lot of melee damage and a little boost to morale. Let's do that. And we will give our beer to I guess these guys. They're in the melee division. Or the melee brigade, I should say. Okay, then let's force march our way over to this convoy. I could fight a weak field army, I think. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I mean, they have 2 recruits and 2, like, slightly better units, but we're just going to overwhelm them with numbers. Which is going to be the theme of the French, just overwhelm the enemy with numbers. Okay. Let's see here. They've got artillery superiority, so they'll probably be in defense. These guys are pretty good in melee. These guys are not. No, and no. So let's put my Fusiliers over here. Along with someone who's good at shooting. It's gonna be these guys. Because we don't really want to go into melee with them, but we're gonna go into melee with the rest of these guys for sure. So let's put you here. And yeah, we're gonna have you over here. You've got the beer, so you'll do more damage. So you will come in and hit them. You'll be over here, and you will be over here. Okay, so these two will fight a 2-on-1 battle with him. He'll fight him, fight him, fight him, and then this guy will come in from the flank along with the cavalry, and we'll start rolling them up on their right flank. And let's go. Oh, they are advancing, which is surprising. But it looks like they're taking up a defensive position there, so I guess that's why. Let's go ahead and bring the Irish over this way. And start forming up the line right here, and you right here, and you here. And where's the... okay. So right along here. And Irish are just going to keep kind of coming down here and then wind up on the flank. Cavalry's doing well. Let's have these guys run. Since they're being targeted by the artillery, I want them to get out of column as soon as possible so that they don't just get blown apart. Crossing the river is also not too awesome. Let's get them running, and them running, and they need to run. And let's take up position here in this farmland. Oops. Cavalry's getting shot. But they used up their volley on that, so. And they didn't inflict too much damage. So let's have these guys advance. Keep running into position. Run into position a little faster. Really good morale. You need to advance. You need to hit them. And you need to charge before they get their volley off. Come on. Okay, good. Okay, let's form up this way. And let's move the Fusiliers forward. We could actually probably charge them. So let's get into column and then get ready to charge. You guys can run into position. And charge. And that charge should land right after this volley. Let's run the cavalry. Perfect timing. And we'll pull you back. Have you come this way? And that's perfect. Come up a little bit more. Send these men back into a charge. And we'll send the provincial cavalry in. Let's bring the Fusiliers out. I'm not sure what happened here. Let's go give them some more morale. And let's charge into the back of these red coat recruits. And we'll speed it up since they are the only unit left. Lots of gold. And lots of loot. Oh nice, Delft muskets. Okay. I took some heavy casualties there. So let's just go ahead and do some more conscription. Get our units back up. I'll need some more ammunition we can take from the cavalry because they don't have weapons at the moment. And let's give them the better horses. And sure, we'll give you the shepherd's axe. We'll give our gun pick guy the entrenching tool. Let's see, Delft. What do I want to do with this Delft musket? I could very much just give you the Delft because you're taking a slight hit to charge, but this is more of a fire musket than it is like a melee musket, and I'd rather give that to like this guy. Getting lots of artillery equipment. This is all junk to sell. Okay. And now let's continue. Let's get back on the road. Let's go check out the herd. And here we can get provisions and an excellent greatcoat, sure. And I can give that to our cavalry for now, and now they'll take less melee damage. And maybe at some point I will re-equip that on some of our infantry, but for now I'm just gonna give it to our actually, here. Let's give you the heavy jackets, and I'll give these guys the greatcoats. Or I could just give it to these guys. Because do they really need that move speed? No, I'll give it to them, because I am trying to throw them into melee as much as possible. And let's keep moving. We can keep force marching. We've got a barracks here, so we can get some more royal recruits. And I think that's what we'll do. We'll take the royal recruits. We need to buy up. Could buy a lot of provisions and just keep force marching around. Okay, and we'll spend the rest on provisions because we are going to burn this place after we sell off this stuff. There we go. Could get my cavalry some better swords. That wouldn't be bad. Is there an armory here? No. Quartermaster. Powder house. So let's look here. Could go dragoon swords or hussar sabers. Let's go go with the Hussar Sabers for now. And we can sell off these Worn Sabers. Or I could hold them if I make another cavalry unit. See, it takes 5 to get to the cavalry. Okay. I also need to save up to purchase a new brigade. But let's buy up a bunch of food, since it's really cheap here. And then we'll burn it. Unpause the game. And let's look at the loot. Okay, heavy saddles and haversacks, not bad. Let's give them that. And do I want to? Sure. Okay. And now force march, since we have a lot of provisions, and just keep on going. Let's check out this encampment. Oh, 4 days will pass? I don't love using up all that time, but I am force marching, so I think I can make up for it. And you get really good rewards from that. Let's give you the Charleville. We can sell this later. We can now sell these Worn Sabers. It's fine. Okay, our next convoy is up here. That's an encamped army, and while we have more men, we have low-quality troops, so I don't want to fight them yet. Cool, we got a Dachshund. There we go. And let's keep marching. And I burned through those provisions pretty quickly. That's okay. Okay, what have we got? Foot, land milits, 1 recruit, and then 2 cavalry. I'm not concerned. So let's look here. Hanoverian foot. They're decent in melee, but our Irish Fusiliers can beat them. These subsidy recruits are really bad, so we definitely want to charge into them. And yeah, I think we'll be pretty fine. So let's put cavalry over here. Let's put these guys over here, along with the Irish Fusiliers. And let's see. Yeah, our melee guy over here. Yep, you'll be over here fighting him. You'll come here, hit the guy in the middle. Let's also have you hitting the guy in the middle. And you... maybe I bring around as well with the Irish Fusiliers. Okay. So let's do this. March up to here. March these guys this way. Okay. Fast forward. We'll see how their cavalry splits up. Oh, that's a good point. These are going to be good. I should get the medicinal herbs at some point. Okay, looks like we're about to get into shootout territory here, so let's go ahead and do that. And we'll have them form up here. Our Fusiliers are just too good at... they're too fast. Probably because they were marching along the road. Actually, here. You guys maintain your formation and come around like this, and I'll have them get up on the hill. These guys I'll have in position over here, and these guys will be here. I want them to form up and fire, so that then I can start moving these royal recruits in. You guys do that. You can start swinging around. Are they just not taking the bait? Okay, looks like they're starting to turn now. Okay, let's not get our cavalry in there. I want them to get off their shot, yep. And now we charge in. You guys can move over here now. And let's bring our cavalry around this way and then charge in. I am going to have them form up into a line. Don't fire. And open fire on them. Okay. I lost track of what was happening over here, but it seems like everything has gone well. Let's keep these guys moving forward and take out the rest of those recruits. Alright, the Irish Fusiliers weren't even really needed. And these guys will rout in a minute and we'll have won. And for once, we didn't lose a ton of guys, so we're going to go with the ransom. I'm just thinking about, do I want the veterancy? I think we're going to go with the ransom. Okay, so the way that I'm doing this right now is I want this officer to either be cavalry or fire, more like fire oriented. And then this guy is definitely going to be our melee oriented officer. So let's see what we get here. Move speed up, stamina down, melee damage received, veterancy gain. That's pretty good. Morale up. I like that as well. So I could make my units faster. Could make them take less melee damage in case I want to use them in melee, which I probably will at some point, and they'll get better veterancy. Or I can have their morale go up. I mean, I think I'd probably just go with the morale, just because this is useful no matter what I do with this officer. Let's give them the breastplates, and we'll give them the riding boots over the horseshoe. I will hold on to the horseshoe. Oh, Potsdam, nice. How's the Potsdam in melee? It's not bad. Maybe I give these guys the Potsdam. Or... yeah, I could see... let's give them the Potsdam, and then let's give him the Delft. We'll sell the heavy jackets. We'll hold on to these things for now. But all that can be sold. So let's go back to Tecklenburg. And let's sell all of this. And now I can open a new brigade. I could get my cavalry way better swords. Powder House. Quartermaster. Oh, spontoons? That would be really good. Yeah, let's get the spontoons so that our veterancy will go up faster. And I'm gonna buy a Royal Recruit here. I can't use him yet. I'm gonna buy him. And then I think we'll probably burn this place down. We'll buy up a bunch of provisions and burn it down. Oops, sorry, I'm not unpaused. I keep making that mistake. I keep thinking that I will start burning the place down as soon as I go into raiding stance, and that is not the case. Okay, elevation screws for artillery. So let's go ahead and yeah, let's give this unit the spontoon, and we'll give you the gun picks. We'll leave you for later. And looking good. Let's go into force march again, since I've got a lot of provisions. And let's delay the headquarters. All villages are on counters. Honestly, I feel like I think I don't really need either. So let's just move on. Let's fight these guys, since they're wandering around and have nothing better to do. Overall, I'm pretty happy with my strategy. Of just trying to go into melee on the flanks and then crushing them. Some people might be like, "Well, how's that really any different from what you've done in the past?" This is more melee heavy. I am going more melee heavy than what I'm used to. Normally, I'd love to just get on the flank and shoot them, but okay, these guys we should not charge into them. Everyone else is open game, so I'm gonna put the Irish Fusiliers out on the flank. But I'm not going to charge in. They're just going to be shooting up this guy with the Potsdam. And where's my Charleville unit? Not Charleville, my land pattern. So he'll come over here. Maybe we'll send him around as well. And yeah, you'll come over here. We're gonna put you in the middle. And we're gonna put gun pick guy here in the middle. Along with other gun pick guy. I see. So these guys I need to put somewhere. Okay, I need to see where my guys are lining up. So you're fighting the foot. You're fighting these recruits. You're fighting these recruits. And you are gonna fight these recruits. Okay. And we're gonna have our cavalry over here ready to go around the back. And these guys are gonna help out somehow. Maybe they'll do like a really long flank around. That's how our cavalry is going to move. Move here, move here, move here. And you guys are just going that way. They're moving up and then moving back a little bit, establishing a fairly strong defensive position there in the center, at least cover-wise. So let's get across the river and then have them form up. Arch Fusiliers can start swinging around this way. They'll go a little bit further. Let's start forming our lines. You can keep coming this way. Cavalry still going around. Let's have our guys form up a little faster. We'll have the Irish Fusiliers form up into a line. Let's start moving forward with our recruits. Okay, good. They are not so preoccupied with my cavalry. So now let's bring the cavalry down over here. Let's have you halt. Take your shot. Actually, just keep moving. Start running. And then charge in. Let's come this way. Cavalry can run. These guys are not braced. Let's run in. Okay, come this way. You can pursue them. I'm gonna have the provincial cav knock off these recruits. And that's it. I wanted to get more kills, but that's okay. Plenty of gold. I still have adequate reserves. Maybe I start picking up the veterancy. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get some veterancy. Can you guys be dragoons? Yes, we can upgrade them to French dragoons, which will make them a little better on the charge. It'll give them 200 extra men. I need to get them a carbine. So that's looking good. I can upgrade these men. Which, oh, at 3 I can turn them into French Fusiliers. Which I think I will do because I'm gonna have these kind of be like my melee shock troops, the French grenadiers. Yeah. So let's do this. And Fusiliers now. And over here, I need 4 to turn them into the German Fusiliers, which is what I may do. Either that or the Swiss. I mean, the Swiss are just going to be unbreakable. So do I want like a Swiss line and then French grenadiers like coming in from the flanks? Maybe. That could be cool. In any case, let's restock everyone. as I'm thinking about this. Oh. Extra melee damage and grenade throw range? Yes. That's cool. So now I need to get these guys grenades. Now we're back to the question of, do I want the German grenadiers or the Swiss? The Swiss are going to take longer to get. They're not going to be as useful in melee if I need them to go into melee. But do I need them to go into melee, or do I just want them to hold the line? I mean, honestly, I'm just using them to hold the line right now, so I think I will go Swiss. It's gonna take longer, but that's okay. What have we got here? Buck and ball. Do we want to give anyone buck and ball? Could give it to these guys. Maybe this could be marginally useful, or I could give it to one of these fellows. Sure, we'll give it to them just for now. Let's set aside some cavalry equipment for future cavalry use. Everything else can go over here. Got my recruits here. I need more money to open a brigade for them. And we'll go back into force march and march our way to this convoy. And let's sell some stuff here. Let's see. No gunsmith, which is a bummer. I would really like a gunsmith. What have we got here? Swiss Fusiliers. French Fusiliers. Honestly, nothing too impressive, so let's go ahead and open our new brigade. Slot these guys in. And then, what do I want to buy here? Maybe some manpower, some ammunition. Okay, never mind, I don't have enough. And then let's raid it. And I'll just need to do this to one more settlement after this one is done. Blanket rolls aren't bad. We can give that to these guys. Oh, sorry, that's a cavalry only equipment. I was trying to put it on my guy here. Okay, let's go to that convoy. Let's force march over, check these slums. Let's pay. Let's come check this herd real quick, see what they've got. Well, I could get good horses. Let's check the good horses. This will be useful for later on. As I continue to acquire more cavalry equipment. But yet I find myself without the cavalry. We'll take away your spontoon. And let's give it to this guy. give you the blanket since you're going into melee. Okay. Excellent. So now we got our French Grenadiers. We got even more cavalry equipment. And you come with grenades, which is excellent. So let's switch you guys. Just thinking for a moment. Yes, I certainly want you going into melee. So let's have you leading. And I'm going to take the blanket off and the beer. And we'll give that to these grenadiers. Don't worry, you guys are still loved, just not as loved. Our cavalry equipment continues to grow. And now we've got a field army in front of us. We've got twice as many men, so let's go take them out. They're trying to run, but that's not going to save them. Let's see what they've got. British foot, land militia, recruits, some cavalry. Yeah, this will be a good fun fight. Okay. British foot over here, they're pretty good in melee. I don't want to get into hand-to-hand with them, but everyone else is fair game. So let's go ahead and yes, we'll take our fire units. And I'm actually going to have these guys. Yeah, maybe I'll take one shot and then move them up close for buck and ball. And then one of the Irish Fusiliers supporting them on this flank. Or, yeah, I could use my French Grenadiers to support them. Just get in there and throw grenades. That would be fun. And then the Fusiliers I could put on this side. Or I could even send them into combat with the land militia. I don't know. I'm thinking too hard about this. Let's see. Okay, 1 fire brigade, 2 fire brigade. Three. And you can just come up here, be in the middle. This is a spontoon, so let's put him over here trailing the French Fusiliers. And then you, I'll have, I don't know, just be over here, I guess. Going that way, going that way. Going over here, over here, over here. Okay. French Dragoons, what do I want to do with you? I think I'll have you come around this way. Okay, and now let's start working our way up. Okay, perfect. Now we're moving. Let's keep our general up here as well. Looks like they can fire just outside of there. So let's go ahead and form up right here. Go ahead and come up just barely up to the hill. These guys are starting to get a little antsy. Where can they fire at? Let's halt the Irish. Let's come up to here. Let's come up to here. French Grenadiers are going to get shot. I need to get them out of there. They do. So let's have the French come back. You guys run into position, run in. Okay, now we can come back this way and form up. And as soon as these guys fire, we are running in there with the Irish Fusiliers. These recruits are just getting devastated, unfortunately. I'm gonna have you come here like that. Charge in. Charge here. Okay, they're walking. Good. Cool. We did a lot of damage on those provincial cavalry, and we'll absorb their charge really well. Okay, we're retreating. That is to be expected. Let's run into position here. Oh, and get the general out of there. Good job, French Dragoons. Where's my spontoon unit? Has he done anything? No. Oh, I wanted to throw a grenade. Okay. That's fine. Okay, so we did lose some men. Oh, we got a bunch of spontoons. That's huge. More cavalry weapons. Haversacks. Could go for more veterancy. I know a lot of our guys are pretty close when it comes to leveling up. Could also use the ammunition and the gold. Okay, all these guys are 4, but I need to get to 5 for the Swiss Fusiliers. And these guys, I think I'm going to turn into artillery, maybe? Should I turn you into artillery? Or should I wait and turn you into cavalry? Or should I just straight up buy cavalry? I think I would prefer to buy cavalry versus wait for 5 veterancy. So we'll see about that. Let's hand out these spontoons. And no artillery, not good there. But I could raid it. Yeah, maybe I'll come up here, raid this city down, because it's pretty junky, and then, oh, that's perfect. Also, I think I saw that I, went over some deer, and I didn't pick them up. I could get another officer. Accuracy and range. Artillery, melee, reload, charge. Cover effectiveness, but charge down. Accuracy and range. Here, let's go with this guy. And we will rearrange our officers a little bit. Let's give him put him over here. Stamina and morale here. For our cavalry here, him here. There. This will function as our cavalry brigade, and this will be our shooting / artillery brigade, and then our grenadier brigade. And we might as well just say that here. Grenadier brigade, fire brigade, cavalry, and other miscellaneous troops brigade. Give him the haversack. And let's give him the melee damage. There's so much cavalry equipment. Actually insane. I really don't need the worn sabers. So let's sell that, sell that. And we're good. Medicinal herbs could be alright. Good beer. Powder house. No, nothing I really want there. Foundry. Okay, so I think this only pertains to like the unit, not to the equipment. Just kind of looking at all of the artillery, trying to get an understanding for what it's good for. All right. So I think I will turn this unit into artillery probably, and these 3 spots I'll give to cavalry, which I will get from this place. So now, let's get some manpower. And then, do we burn it down? I think we do. I think we do burn it down. Maybe we'll get some neat stuff. Let's speed it up. Let's double speed it up. Okay, now we've got our infantry move speed up. And we got some neat stuff that we'll give to our troops. Here, why don't I give you the, oh no, okay. So you get the Tompions, cartridge, and sure, the cover bonus. And let's go get these deer. We'll take on the bear, sure. And here, we'll get rid of the buckshot and give you better reload. Or here, we can get rid of that guy and give you guys the bear. Have your reload go down a lot since you have Charlevilles. And give you guys back the buck and ball. I'll give you this cheese. And we'll go from there. Have I found any of the encamped armies? Oh, there's one down here that I could possibly go fight. So maybe I'll swing up here, hit all that, and then come down here and fight him. Although that leaves me in a raided area, which is kind of unfortunate. Yeah, let's just take the reservists. Item cost is down here. What? I don't know that this is working because the medicinal herbs, that was 130 in this village that we burned down, but items should be less expensive here. I could buy good spontoons. That is tempting. But I really need to hold on to my money for the cavalry units that I want to buy. Could burn it down. That is an option. But I don't want to use up too much more time. Just doing random stuff. So let's keep marching. Yeah, let's fight this guy. And for this one, I'm going to take all of our spontoon units and I'm going to put them in the front line so that they can get experience. So let's see. Highland Foot, we don't want them fighting, but everyone else, we can. So you've got a spontoon. You've got a spontoon. And you have a spontoon. I'll have the... Let's see. Yeah, maybe I have you form up over here. And let's load the Buck and Ball boys. The Irish Fusiliers over here. Let's bring the cavalry over here. And I'll put my French Grenadiers over here. I guess you can also kind of be in the back, as can you. I'll have you be the first one up there to hit these guys. So let's see, boom, 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 boom. I see. I see what I've done here. I still have the spontoon on this Fusilier unit. So maybe what I will do instead is let's have you up here, and then you here, and you will charge in and just destroy these guys. Everyone else will be back up. And let's go with this. I still need carbines for my dragoons. Let's speed up. And it looks like they will approach me. So why don't we go ahead and set up in some areas where it's useful for us to be on defense. Just gonna put the Fusiliers over here and the Grenadiers, and I'll put the row recruits into a firing formation. These light dragoons should not pose too much of a threat. Yeah, let's see if I can't make them turn and focus on the grenadiers. And then I'll charge in with the fusiliers. Okay, it's working. Yeah, let's get away from the Highland Foot. Don't fire. You guys can fire, I don't mind. I just want them to get in range and unload with the buck and ball. I think that's going to be really cool. Let's see if we can't chase him down. Looks like they got off a shot. Okay, good. Running them down. Speed up. Inflict 10,000 kills. Nice. What do I want to go for here? Veterancy, perhaps? Or double down on gold to make sure I have enough for the cavalry that I need. I think I'll have enough gold. I have so much crap that I can sell. Let's do this. Melee up, reload speed down. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, how much do I need for Irish Grenadiers? 5. Oh, we can finally go Swiss here. Charge will go down, but all their fire stats will go up. You can be French Fusiliers. What's it take for Grenadiers? 5. Let's restore manpower, restore ammunition, and let's march on. Let's take a look at this and get the cavalry. Yeah, we should have just enough if I sell this junk. French Provincial Cavalry. French Provincial Cavalry. Perfect. Let's get them equipped. You can both have that. What do we got? Accuracy and move speed, stamina and move speed. Okay. So I have this junk I can sell. Canteens. Here, let's give you that canteen, I guess. And you can take a canteen. And you already have shoes, but you could have hula shoes. Alright. Let's come in here. Sell that off. We'll hold on to our lame shoes for now. What's the quartermaster got? Nothing. Gunsmith. I do want better rifles for the men. Man, should I sell off the heavy jackets? I mean, I don't need them. I don't really need that. I don't love elevation screws. So, if I sell off these things, will that be enough? Certainly enough for the Yon shopping. And I could give my dragoons carbines, which isn't terrible. Could also go with the Delft. Here, let's see what I need first. I know I need at least one. So they've got Potsdam, they've got Charleville, which is okay. I would rather they have something else. So yeah, let's give them the Yon shopping. Yeah, let's give you the Charleville. And Potsdam is fine. Delft is okay. Let's go buy another Delft, I guess. The land pattern is actually better. Just straight up better than the Delft. I mean, when it comes to melee, that's what I'm focused on. Maybe I'll buy the land pattern then. Jeez. Although it seems a shame to give it to here, let's buy the Potsdam. That's a nice middle ground. Boom. Get these two worn muskets. And I'll save the lumber chest for when we get our artillery unit. Speaking of, I don't have a cannon for him. Well, that problem will sort itself, I'm sure. Let's see, how long have I been playing? Almost 2 hours. This maybe I'll sneak out one more battle and then we'll call that the end of this video. Another foundry. I really need to fight a battle. Aha! So let's fight this battle, and then we'll call that the end for this video. Actually, I should have enough money to go buy artillery, so then I'll go buy the artillery, and that will be the end of the video. Okay, lots of redcoats, provincial cavalry, British foot. Let us send forward our royalist of recruits, because they need the experience. And we'll send both of our these cavalry units this way. We'll send the dragoons this way. And let's send out the Irish. And sure, these guys too. Alright, let's do that. And let's have these four advance here. Irish will swing around along with the French dragoons. You guys can just march over this way, I guess, and then come this way. Provincial cavalry will have come this way. General will just move forward. And I'm not gonna get these Swiss Fusiliers involved or my French Grenadiers because we're trying to get these guys experience. So let's see if we can hold this hill here. Let's have you come here. Maybe you come around this way. You guys can hold there. Let's come up here. Can just move up, I guess. Yeah, let's occupy this hill. Provincial cavalry is moving. Oh no, my French Fusiliers fired when they were in column. Worn muskets. Okay, come up. Get into line. Hurry up and reload. Oh, okay, nice. So we'll crush their provincial cavalry with ours. Looks like this cavalry will come in and we'll destroy them. Okay. Open fire. Not bad. Let's cease fire here. Have you come and get them. You get them. Perfect. Okay, we'll have 300 gold. And... Oh, no, sorry. That was... I always think that when I come into the victory screen that this is getting added on to what I have, but it automatically adds it on, so I don't have 300 gold. This is 176 was added to apparently 10, which is what I had before. Okay. Let's go ahead and exchange. Get a little bit more veterancy. Excellent. So now you can be Swiss. And you can be Swiss. And all you guys are just hanging out for right now. Could go to French Gentleman Cavalry, which is very good. Yeah, restock everything. And you can be Swiss. There, now we have a whole bunch of Swiss infantry we can put up front and center. And let's see, I will get more for selling things if I come here, but I don't know if they have a foundry. So let's go see. Let's check this on the way over. No, I don't care to do that. Please have a foundry, please have a foundry. Yes. Excellent. So let's sell all of this. And what will that buy us? I could get a bronze 3-pounder. Which maybe I will just do that because it's got really good accuracy. And that will be good for leveling up my guy. Ugh. He doesn't have the veterancy yet. Okay, that's fine. Let's see. Gunsmith. I don't have enough to buy anything, although I would certainly like to. Okay. Well, I think all that's left to do now is to try to find the encamped armies and fight them where possible. So I need to come fight this guy down here, and I think I will do that in the next episode. So, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. All these things support my channel, and I would appreciate your support. I've had a lot of fun playing. If you think I'm not doing something to the best of my ability, or you think you've got a better idea for how to handle something, please let me know. I'm happy to take some feedback. Thanks everybody, and we'll see you in the next video.